Good morning all, Suburban Sentinel here, coming to you once again from deep inside the Arabian Peninsula, and welcome to part 2 of dumping the 5.56 NATO cartridge. In the last video, I set forth the reasons why I am relegating the 5.56/223 to a backup cartridge, and I will leave the link to that video in the description box below. One of my very astute subscribers noted that I forgot to leave an interesting factoid about life here in the kingdom in the last video. So here we go. Lock bodies. Here in Saudi, and I'm not sure about the rest of the Middle East, but at least here, lock bodies are installed the opposite way that we're used to in the West. That is, the pins of the lock are forced down rather than up. So you insert your key in the lock with the teeth facing down rather than up the way we're used to. So over the last 6 months, I've probably put the keys to my office and the house in the lock upside down about 500 times a piece. You'd think I'd have learned by now, but old dogs and new tricks. Anyway, back to the 5.56 cartridge. Again, for the reasons set forth in the last video, I am relegating the 5.56 cartridge to backup status and choosing a new round specifically for SHTF type scenarios. Right off the bat, I want to say that my choice of cartridge is not necessarily the right answer. I think it's the right answer for me. That doesn't mean that it's the right selection for everybody. Every person has different needs, wants, and circumstances. So your choice of cartridge may be different, and that is great. The important thing here is the selection process, and I hope this helps some people who are just starting out in prepping or want to improve their preps. The first step is to define the mission parameters, or in other words, what do I want this cartridge to do? Well, again, this is for SHTF scenarios, and I'm looking for a medium-duty cartridge that's compatible with a semi-automatic battle-type rifle that holds at least 20 rounds of ammunition in a standard magazine. I am looking for a round that is highly effective at short to medium ranges. And for me, short to medium range means 300 yards or less. I am not a long-range shooter. First of all, my rifles are for defensive use. I cannot imagine a scenario in which I would have to shoot defensively at more than 300 yards. I'm looking for a round with excellent barrier penetration capabilities at shorter ranges. Specifically, I'd like the round to have a bullet that is less likely to be knocked off course by light vegetation, such as leaves and twigs in heavily wooded areas, and I want the bullet to have enough punch to reliably go through automotive glass, car bodies, that type of thing. I believe preppers seriously underestimate the need for punching through standard vehicles in a defensive situation, something that the 5.56 does not do very reliably, even with the green tip. What I don't need is a cartridge that is effective at long ranges. I don't have the skills to shoot long range, nor do I feel compelled to spend the time, money, and energy required to learn and keep those skills proficient. I simply don't see the need. In addition, I don't need a cartridge that's effective for hunting. I am not a hunter. To sum up these requirements, I am in essence looking for a 30 caliber range type cartridge that is compatible with existing battle rifles that are suitable for my needs. In addition, the cartridge must be readily available in the commercial marketplace because I am not a reloader. There are plenty of good choices out there that satisfy those requirements. For example, my personal favorite, 308 or 7.62 by 51 NATO. Also the 7.62 by 39 Russian, another very good cartridge for short and medium ranges. 30-06, great cartridge. But at the end of the day, I decided to select the 300 Blackout as my primary SHTF cartridge. Now, I didn't select 300 Blackout because it is the best cartridge. Rather, my decision was based on the lack of suitable rifles in the other calibers. I am left-handed, and I absolutely refuse to spend my hard-earned money on a rifle that's not built for us southpaws. And when I say built for southpaws, I'm not talking about the crap of just, oh, it's got an ambidextrous safety. I want something that's built for me. So it either has to be a dedicated lefty or a true ambidextrous rifle. If it spits brass or gas to the right side of the rifle, it's not for me. For years now, I have been waiting for one of the manufacturers to come up with a battle rifle in either 308 or 30-06 or even 7.62 by 39, and every year I am disappointed. However, there are plenty of left-handed AR-type rifles on the market. I believe DPMS makes a version, and my personal favorite, Stag Arms, out of New Britain, Connecticut. I have a couple of AR-15s from Mark Malkowski, who is a fellow Southpaw and president of Stag Arms. I have two left-handed ARs. As many of you might know, the 300 Blackout cartridge uses the existing AR-15 platform. The only thing that's absolutely required to be changed is the barrel. So for my particular project, I am simply going to buy two new complete uppers in 300 Blackout from Stag Arms. All the magazine and the firing mechanism, everything else remains the same. I'm just going to take my 5.56 uppers, mothball them, and replace them with 300 Blackout complete uppers. Is this an ideal solution? Well, absolutely not. Nothing in this world is perfect. In the next video, we will take a look at the advantages and disadvantages of the 300 Blackout cartridge, at least from my inexpert viewpoint. So, thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions, enlightening comments, and differing opinions are always welcome. Prep and be safe, everybody.